Hey guys, Warriors NRL fanatics here, back tonight with a live NRL and New Zealand Warriors Q&A. Now, if the stream does lag, I do apologise because we are having a bit of rain at the moment, so it's pissing down with rain. So if the connection is a little bit unstable, try to ignore it as best as you can because it is pissing down rather much out there at the moment. So yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Don't forget as well to like the live stream and send in your questions through because tonight is the Q&A, NRL related and New Zealand Warriors related. So hope you're all doing well. And tomorrow, I'll just let you guys know that tomorrow that I will be going live for the Warriors Gold Coast Titans game that was supposed to happen on Saturday. Unfortunately, due to the weather here in Queensland, it wasn't able to go ahead. So yeah, I will be going live on the channel, so make sure you tune in tomorrow night for that as well. And a few other live streams have been organised for this week as well. So if you're new to the channel, please don't forget as well to click the subscribe button down below. We're on the road to 1K subscribers. So subscribe to the channel, guys. It'll mean a lot to myself and to help out the channel. And send your questions through, NRL related, New Zealand Warriors related as well. I'll just get to the chat here and say hello to everyone in the chat. Peripri saying hi, how's it going, Peripri? How's it going, Sam Revel? How's it going, Dane? Hope you're all doing well. Hope everyone's doing all well on this weekend. Yeah, so if you got any questions, NRL New Zealand Warriors related questions, send them through. This is a live Q&A tonight, just questions from the viewers. So yeah, send in your questions through and I will answer them as best as I can. So I'll get into the first question here from CJ Moxley. Says, how long will Shaun Johnson play tomorrow? Look, I think Shaun Johnson will probably get a full game. I'm expecting him to get a full 40-minute game tomorrow, actually, because, they want to make sure that he's, has that game time before round one against the Dragons. So I'll say he'll probably get a full game. Masfeek is asking, do you think Nathan Brown will get sacked this week? No, I don't think he will. So, this year. No, it depends if the Warriors start the season well. I think if the Warriors start the season well, which they've got to, that he might get the sack at the end of the year. I don't think they'll sack him mid-season, but if they start the season poorly, he's definitely going to be under pressure though. So, yeah, I'm not too sure. I hope he can do well this year, and hopefully not, but it remains to be unseen. We'll see what happens. Yo's saying, will you be able to do any live Warriors games in 2022 or any in Sydney? No, because I am based in Queensland. So I'll be going to most of the Warriors games in Queensland. Gold Coast, Brisbane, Redcliffe. I might make some games up there to Moreton Daily Stadium. So, yeah, there'll be some vlogs. You'll be able to see some game day on the YouTube channel. So, yeah, make sure you keep an eye out for the channel for those vlogs when I go to the games, and I'll upload them on the channel. So, and looks like we've got a troll already. A troll chat, fake Lorenzo Mirko. I'm going to block you from this chat. Block user. Guys, we don't need trolls in the chat. Just please, no trolls. So keep sending your questions through, like I said. Don't forget to like the live stream and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It's Bosky's joined the chat. How's it going? It's Bosky. He's asking, where do you think the Warriors will be on the ladder this year? Well, I'm not going to give that away because I'm going to do my predictions, and my predictions come out tomorrow. So make sure you tune into the YouTube channel. My NRL ladder predictions will be out on the channel. So, yeah, tune in for that. I'll be saying where all the teams will finish this year. I was saying, did you see Roger for the Blues today? I absolutely did. I watched the game. And, yeah, he had an interesting game. I think there's a few times where, probably a few times where he didn't play too well. But, that was only his first game for the Blues. So, yeah, I did see Roger play. CJ Moxley saying, keen for your predictions. Yeah, they will be very interesting. I'll make some big calls. I'm going to make some big calls. A lot of people might not be happy with my predictions, but they will be my opinion at the end of the day. So, yeah, look, they come out tomorrow afternoon. Tune into the channel for my latter predictions for the season. Also, as well, I'll be live reacting to the Warriors-Titans game as well tomorrow, and there'll be a review of the game as well. So tune into those videos tomorrow night. It's Bosky is saying, troll, don't worry about him. I've already removed them. CJ Moxley, you're make sure you keep an eye for the trolls. Who do you think will captain the Warriors while Tohu is injured? That's a good question. I think it'd be Adam Fanua-Blake. I mean, Adam Fanua-Blake did a good job there last year. He was the captain for the Warriors. So, yeah, Adam Fanua-Blake for me will probably take over as the captain while Tohu Harris is injured. So, yeah, I'll go Adam Fanua-Blake. It's Bosky says keen for the Warriors and Titans tomorrow. Absolutely, very keen for it. Hopefully, it's not cancelled because it's still very bad weather up here in Queens. It's pissing down with rain right now. You probably can't hear it in the background. It's terrible. The weather's been terrible. There's floods everywhere. So hopefully everyone in Queensland stays safe because it's not good out there at the moment, unfortunately. So, yeah, everyone stays safe there in Queensland. And New South Wales as well is going through very tough weather at the moment this week. And if you look at the pictures, you know, Redcliffe Stadium was flooded. So that's the main reason why the Warriors didn't play on Saturday. Just the water on the field was everywhere. Peripery's asking, do you think the Warriors will do well this year? I'm hoping. I really am hoping the Warriors do well this year. You know, you've got to believe in the team. You've got to believe in the boys. And Ross, I really hope that we can, you know, make finals, because for me this year, if we don't make finals, it's going to be a failure of a season for me. So no excuses at the end of the day. So, yeah, we've got to make the top 8 this year. Pete Vito is saying, hey, mate, how's it going, Pete Vito? I hope you're doing well. If you got a question, Pete, send it through into the live chat. Jack O'Hara is joined the live chat. How's it going, Jack O'Hara? He's asking a question. Hey, Fanatics, do you know if Walsh is back after 1 game or 2 now that the trial's got a suspension cut? Because of the Indigenous game, I'm not too sure. I think at this stage he's missing 2 games. You know, I just think he needs to serve those 2 games. You know, I don't really think he should get off lightly like Latrell Mitchell did. I mean, you take cocaine, you do the crime. So I think Reece Walsh should stay with those 2 games that he got banned for. I don't think he should be let off personally. Otherwise, you know, it's just going to cause a bit of a ruckus around the NRL world, and they're going to say, why is he being let off? You know, he's taking drugs. So I think you got to serve your ban, Reece Walsh, unfortunately. That's what I believe personally on that point of view. Yoza saying, do you see Sean Johnson's 5 tackles a bit lacking, seeing him more as a 6 to a 7? Look, I think Sean Johnson's good wherever you play him. I think he's good in the 6 jersey or 7 jersey. For me, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. You know, I think for me, he's going to be more of the organizer and, you know, help the halves. So I think he's more of an organizer for me. CJ Moxley saying fullback for the Warriors in round 1. Well, as you guys know, you've heard it a lot. Chanel Harris-Tavita has been talked up a lot as the Warriors fullback. Now, probably from my point of view, Chanel Harris-Tavita, look, he played okay in the fullback role a couple of weeks ago, but I still have my doubts. So I don't know. I think it's, you know, it's a hard position to play in. You've got to defend a lot, and you've got to have great defense. So Chanel Harris-Tavita should be a half or should be on the bench. Personally, for me, I don't think he's a fullback. So I'll say Dalen Watini-Zelezniak, but it looks like they're going to be playing Harris-Tavita at the fullback position for round 1. But that's what they're going to do, apparently, what Nathan Brown's saying. So, yeah. The Ultimate J says, how's it, bro? How's it doing? Well, hope too. Your halves pair this year and your thoughts on CHC at fullback. Yeah, like I said, I've already given my thoughts on CHC as a fullback. He's not a fullback for me. So, yeah, look, he's either in the halves or he's on the bench. So, my halves pairing for this year is probably going to be Sean Johnson, Cody Nakarima. I think they'll start round one. I think he's really stepped up and shown he wants to be in that halves position. I know he had a quiet game against the Melbourne Storm, but I think you got to go with Cody because Ash Taylor really didn't show enough for me. So, yeah, I'll go with Cody and Sean Johnson in the halves for me. Cody's fifth out of Sean Johnson will be far best as Jack O'Hara. Absolutely, I agree with you there. Chanel has to be as a half, not a fullback. Why Brown is missing him about, I have no idea. Says Jack O'Hara. Fair point. Sam Revel says, your opinion on forward passes being ruled out in the bunker, yes or no? That's a great question, Sam Revel. That's a great question, and it's a question that has very big answers to. So, look, for me, forward passes, should they be ruled on by the bunker? I'm going to say, I'll say no. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of technology ruling on forward passes. So, yeah, I'm going to say no to that, Sam Revel. I don't think they should, personally. Just Rugby League has joined. How's it going, Just Rugby League? Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He does great work there, Just Rugby League. He's saying here, what do you think of Sam Tompkins when he was at the Warriors? Personally, from my point of view, I don't want to bash the guy, but he didn't really work out at the Warriors, to be honest. He didn't work out. Was he the worst signing ever? Well, I'm not going to say he was because, it just didn't work out for him personally. Yeah, because a lot of players that come from England to Australia, they do very well. But Sam Tompkins was signed for millions of dollars and it didn't really work out for him. So, yeah, I think personally it didn't work out for him with the Warriors. I think we paid him too much personally, but, he's got a good resume. He's a good player, but it just didn't work out for him at the Warriors. Jack O'Hara says halves should be Sean Johnson and CHC, but it appears it's not happening. Yeah, very unlikely at this stage. I would have had CHC in the halves. I said it a lot in the off-season, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen personally, from my point of view. Pete Verdo, are the Warriors a genuine chance of making the 8, in your opinion? If so, which players should stand out? Look, without giving a prediction away, you just never know. You don't know what's going to happen with the Warriors. We could either have a good season or we could finish where we finished last year. So that's to answer your question on that one. You never know. Personally, you never know. And if so, which players should stand out? Well, it's got to be the key players, Sean Johnson, Tohu Harris, all those players, Reece Walsh included. I think those are the players that need to stand out, Majority of the side, you say the full squad needs to stand out. CJ Moxley's asking, where would you play UNA kid in round 1? Yeah, look, I said a lot. I've said it a lot in my videos that he should play on the centres, but I think he'll be playing in the second row. Yeah, that's where he's been playing out in the off-season, and that's where they've been talking about playing him during round 1. So, yeah, he'll be in the second row. Yo's asking Sam overpaid for me. Yeah, fair enough. Just Rugby League saying, thanks for the shout out, bro. No problem, Just Rugby League. Do you think the Warriors lack a big body at the back line this year? Yeah, look, our outside backs aren't something to crow about, man. We used to have the likes of Ken Mamalo, David Fusatua. We used to have a lot of big bodies, and we used to have Marnie Vadavai a couple of years ago. So, look, our wingers and our outside backs are a little bit inexperienced, but a big body, yeah, look, something we do lack, but I wouldn't say it's the end all. Actually, I think it's great to have the likes of Ken Mamalo. We used to have Ken Mamalo and David Fusatua, but I think the likes of Rocco Berry, and that, I think they can all do a good job. So, yeah, it is lacking, but I don't think it's the end of the world. And we've got a fake troll in the chat here. So if there are any mods on, make sure you delete these fake trolls comments in the chat, guys. So any mods in the chat, make sure you do and block the fake accounts in here. So got no time to answer them. We've got no time to answer them. Just here to answer questions from everyone. Dash here, Neil saying, could Sonny Fire have been the next Sonny Bill Williams? Well, you know what? I think Sonny Fire had a massive talent, and there was a lot of talk around him. Unfortunately, when he passed away, I was very sad. I was upset because there's such a good young talent coming through, and I think he could have been anything, Sonny Fire. And it's such a shame that he's not around anymore. Just imagine what Sonny Fire would have been like now. So yeah, got to say he was a good talent, and could have been anything, Sonny Fire. CJ Moxley saying I've deleted the trolls. It's good to hear, bro. Good to hear. Yeah, we never know. Yeah, exactly right. We never know. He's a good talent, but we wouldn't know. Keep sending your questions, and any NRL related questions, Warriors related questions, keep sending them in. Even send some questions related to the channel if you want to, like ask me one about videos and that. So yeah, just keep sending them through, and I'll answer them as best as I can. Okay, so Gash Head Neil's asking Brett Webb or Wade McKinnon for you. That's a very good question, and I'm gonna go with Brett Webb. Yeah, I'll say Brett Webb for me personally. Yeah, I think Brett Webb was a good player. Wade McKinnon was a good player as well, but I think Brett Webb for sure. Who's your first coach getting sacked this year? Oh, that's a tough question. I'm going to say, look, if the Cowboys don't start well, I'm going to go with Payton. I think Todd Payton for me. But I've got a soft spot for Todd Payton because when he was at the Warriors, he did a good job. He really turned us around. Didn't make the finals that year, but he did a good job. So as much as I hate to say it, I'll probably say, Todd Payton for me. Yeah, unfortunately, if the Cowboys start badly. Just Rugby League's asking who's your all-time favourite Warriors player. Well, it's got to be Stacey Jones. Stacey Jones was my favourite player growing up watching. He was my favourite Warrior altogether, and he's an absolute legend. The little general, as I know him, as Stacey Jones for me. Got to be 100% Stacey Jones. There's a lot of good players the Warriors have had over their past history, past few years, and they donned the jersey very well. But Stacey Jones was one of the best for me as a legend. He was a legend for me. So definitely Stacey Jones. As a halfback, he was absolutely outstanding. Great talent, great ambassador for the game of rugby league, and did a lot of great things, Stacey Jones. So it's got to be Stacey Jones, the general. Jacko Harris says Cows actually okay against Broncos. Maybe Payton is getting through to them. Yeah, look, maybe, but we can't get too ahead of ourselves, right? It's preseason, and I know many Cowboys fans probably won't get too ahead of themselves. Sam Ribbon in the chat here's, he's a Cowboys fan, so yeah, look, I really would like to see the Cowboys have a good year this year. I've personally got a soft spot for the Cowboys, and I hope they do well this year, but I'm not too sure where they're going to finish at the end of the year. It remains to be seen. It's hard to say, but hopefully they can have a good year. CJ Moxley saying 80 subs away from 1K. Yeah, 1K not far away. So hopefully can get there by the end of the year. That'll be a great achievement for the channel. So yeah, it's not far away. Just Rugby League says, was class Stacey Jones. Got to see him play against my team Wigan when he was at Catalans. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? Great player of the game, Stacey Jones. And, doing some great things. He's coached as well. He's coached as well. Coached the under-20s Warriors as well. So, what can you say? An absolute legend. Him and the likes of Ruben Wiki and Steve Price and all those good players. Who's your favorite? Who's your all-time favorite Warriors coach? This Peripy. Well, it's got to be Ivan Cleary. No doubt about it. And Ivan Cleary was a coach that, when he came to the Warriors, he always got us, underachieved. We always underachieved with Ivan Cleary. Always did well. We made the finals a couple of times. I think besides a couple of years where we got docked, points for the interchange thing, a couple of years ago. But yeah, Ivan Cleary for me. I was disappointed after 2011 that we couldn't keep Ivan Cleary. I thought, we should have done better as a club to keep him. So yeah, Ivan Cleary. Look what he's doing now at Penrith. Premiership winner, minor premiers. He's done a good job, Ivan Cleary. So yeah, definitely Ivan Cleary for me. Jason Taylor's saying, if we could have or hang on to any players that has left over the past few years, who would you pick? Yeah, good question. I think if you're looking at young players for the Warriors, I think you're looking at the likes of, Kevin Locke. I think Kevin Locke was a player that many people probably say, he was a little bit ill-disciplined at times. If Kevin Locke stayed at the Warriors and we didn't sign Sam Tompkins, I think, Kevin Locke would have still been a long-term fullback. But, in saying that, if we keep Kevin Locke, we probably would have got Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. So, yeah, Kevin Locke's a young player that I think we probably could have kept. And, there's quite many other players, the likes of, Tokiaho from the Roosters, a good forward. He was a good forward for the under-20s, played for the under-20s Warriors as well. So, Tokiaho was another one. And, those players, just all those players, those younger players that we just couldn't keep and we let them go and that. So, yeah, for me, those players in particular. Dashhead and Neil saying, you believe Ash Taylor gets his career back on track with us? I think Ash Taylor's going to be more of a backup option. I think he's more of a backup option for me. So, yeah, look, it's hard to say. I really do hope, he's so young. He's such a young player. And I know a lot of people do criticize him a lot, but he's very young and, there's still a chance that he could re-galvanize his career. So, just maybe best if we give him a chance and see how he goes. But we'll see what happens. Personally, I think he's just a backup option right now for me if our halves get injured. So, yeah, and that's what I believe. The Ultimate J saying, if you could choose one player from another team, who would it be? If I choose a player that I like to sign, well, I've got to say Brandon Smith as a hooker. Just he's a good player, Brandon Smith. So, yeah, Brandon Smith for me. Joey Manu probably in the centres. I mean, I think it'd be a good player for the Warriors to have. So, Brandon Smith and Joseph Manu, I think, because they're two Kiwi players, and I think it'd have been good to see them in Warriors jerseys, but, it's not going to happen, unfortunately. Ash Tyler most likely off to the Dolphins in 2023, says CJ Moxley. Yeah, I think I can see that happening. If the Warriors do go back home to New Zealand, I just don't see Ash Taylor wanting to come to New Zealand. But, yeah, well, I think there's a chance that could happen. He could go to the Dolphins. Locke left because of Tompkins' stupidity from the Warriors' decision. Yeah, that's fair call, Jack O'Hara. Fair enough. That's your opinion. Jack O'Hara saying, yes, Brandon Smith for sure. Yeah, it'd be a good signing. It'd be a good player to have. I know a lot of Warriors players, not a lot of Warriors players, sorry. A lot of Warriors fans want to see Brandon Smith come to the Warriors. And, like every time, there's a contract rumor, everyone was like, oh, Brandon Smith, he's on off contract. But, Brandon Smith did say that he'd never come to the Warriors. So it was never going to happen, personally, Signing for the Roosters, I was not surprised when he signed for the Roosters. But yeah, guys, don't forget to like the live stream. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe as well. Hit that subscribe button, guys, because it helps out the channel as well. So click the subscribe button, like the stream, and share, comment, and yeah. And yeah, if you guys got a couple more questions, I'll just take them. Miss Ficus asking Walsh to the Dolphins. Hopefully not. I don't know. The Warriors already squashed that rumor, so hopefully not. Hopefully we can keep Reece Walsh. CJ Moxley saying thoughts on the Warriors' first 5 games. Yeah, look, if you're looking at the first 5 games, I think they're all quite winnable. The Dragons will be tough. They're always tough games. Last year they were a very close contest between us and the Dragons, so I think you got to say that's going to be a very hard game. The Titans, that's a winnable game for me. I mean, the Titans, had a good season last year. They made the finals, but be honest here, I think they were pretty fortunate to make it. Not hating on the Titans here, but I just think they were pretty lucky to get into the finals last year. But yeah, I think that'll be an interesting game against the Titans in round 2. And the other games, they're all winnable at the end of the day, but you just got to take it one by one. So Dragons for me, first game, take it one game at a time, and that's my motto on it all, personally, from my point of view. Doubt it, Masika, but the Aussie press pushing the line. He looks happy at the Warriors. Who would upgrade him to top dollars? Yeah, look, the Warriors need to throw a lot of money into Reece Walsh. We can't afford to be letting him go. We've already lost Roger to Sheck to rugby union, so we have to make sure we keep Reece Walsh long term. He is the future of the club. He's the future of the club for me. Got to keep him. Got to keep Reece Walsh. Hopefully the Warriors, get on. Once the season starts and we play a few games, hopefully they decide to re-sign Reece Walsh because we really need to keep him at the club. But of course, there's always rumors around the media in the off season in regards to him being homesick and that, which sometimes the media can make up a lot of stuff. So yeah, personally, I just want to hear it from Reece Walsh himself, about staying at the club. So yeah, I don't believe anything the media writes personally. Jack O'Hara saying we must win at least 3 of the first 5 of the season. Like the last 10 has been diabolical. Absolutely, we need to win the first couple of games. No doubt about it. I'll take 4 from 5, 5 from 6. I think that'll be a pretty good start. I mean, that'll be a pass mark for me. Whether 5 wins from 6 or 4 from 6, I think, that's where we need to be aiming at to start the season. CJ Moxley saying Warriors player that needs to step up. I'm going to say Shinaris Tavita. Yeah, Shinaris Harris-Tavita needs to have a big season. He's, not been offered a contract from what I'm heard, and, there's been a lot of rumors around him. So, yeah, I'll say Shinaris Tavita needs to have a big 2022 season for me. Ultimate Jace says, go the Warriors, my bro. Yeah, go the mighty Warriors. Homesick, yeah, hasn't been to New Zealand yet. That is a joke. Yeah, that's fair comments, Jack O'Hara. I absolutely agree with you there. He's in Queensland, so I don't necessarily agree with those homesick comments by the media. Jack O'Hara is saying Egan Moxley. Well, I want to say Wade Egan. I think Wade Egan had a pretty good year last year, personally. So I'm going to have to disagree. I think Wade Egan had a good year last year, so I don't think he's under pressure, personally. Dashhead Neil's asking, what do you make of the Latrell hit on Joseph Manu? I personally think it wasn't a good move by Latrell Mitchell. I know CJ Moxley's a South fan, and he's a big fan of Latrell Mitchell. But personally, for me, I thought it was a pretty dog move on Latrell Mitchell last year. And I think his suspension is probably, apparently, he's going to be let off. So yeah, I don't know. Personally, I think moving him from it, it was a pretty poor tackle on Joseph Manu. No, Mr. Fanatics, Egan played like a journeyman. We need a better at dummy half. Well, be honest, Wade Egan hasn't had a proper spine to work with, so I'm gonna again disagree with you there. I mean, I personally don't think that people understand that Wade Egan had a pretty underrated year last year. You know, he had a good season, so everyone thinks Wade Egan has to be like Brandon Smith or Damien Cook. He needs to run with the ball a lot. But look, I think he does the job. I think he does the job really well, actually. So, yes, maybe he can improve on his tack. I do agree on that point. But I don't think he's, as bad as a player as many people think he is, personally. Just my point of view on it. But everyone's got their own opinions on different players. Jason Taylor's saying he's a great hope versus gunning for him in round 2. Yeah, fair enough. That's your opinion. But yeah, guys, don't forget, tomorrow night I'm going live on the YouTube channel for the Warriors Gold Coast Titans game. So make sure you tune in for the live reaction on the channel, and I'll be doing a review of that preseason game after as well. So make sure you tune into the channel for the live reaction for our preseason trial game tomorrow night. And don't forget to like the stream and subscribe if you are watching and you haven't subscribed already. Make sure you subscribe as well. So if you guys got any more questions, I'll take a few more questions, and then I'll end the live Q&A for tonight. So a couple more questions, guys, and I'll end it. Okay, so Pete Verdo is saying, who's your favourite current player in the Warriors and a favourite all-time player? So starting off with my favourite all-time player, like I said earlier in the live stream, Stacey Jones for me. As for favourite current player at the Warriors, it's Sean Johnson and Reece Walsh. So I've got two favourite current players for the Warriors, and those are Sean Johnson, Reece Walsh, and past player, all-time player, Stacey Jones for me. CJ Moxley saying here, Berry and Montoya surely locked up their spot pairing. Absolutely agree. I said in my review video last week when I reviewed the Warriors Melbourne Storm game, I said that Rocco Berry and Marcelo Montoya should have their positions locked up in that centre pairing role. So absolutely, I agree with you there, CJ Moxley. They should be the centre pairing for round 1 against the Dragons. Most underrated player in the current Warriors team. Most underrated player, I'm going to say Marcelo Montoya, because if you look at last year, Marcelo Montoya had a good year. I believe he got Clubman of the Year for the Warriors as well. So I believe he's a player that a lot of people don't have massive reps on. So I think Marcelo Montoya, he came in from the Bulldogs. I had my doubts on Marcelo Montoya. I didn't know about the signing. I thought it wasn't the best signing, but he came in. He did a good job. So I'll say Marcelo Montoya. Yeah, I think he's very underrated for the Warriors. CJ Moxley says it will be their attacking edge. Absolutely agree with you on that one. The only thing I have doubts on right now is the wingers. The wingers in the centre. So the centre pairing of Marcelo Montoya and Rocky Berry. But the only thing I have my doubts on right now is the wingers. And I think if you look at Adam Pompey in the preseason so far, I don't think he was. Actually, no, I don't think he played. Actually, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I don't think he started in that in the preseason against Melbourne Storm. But I think the wingers are still a little bit of a doubt on. I think for me, Jesse Arthurs personally didn't do too much for me in that role last week, and maybe Adam Pompey will get a start in round 1 against the Dragons. What's your thoughts on Junior Retuve? Looks promising. What's your thought? For me, Junior Retuve coming off the bench was very good. Actually, it was very good. There were times where his defense was a little bit iffy at times, but besides that, he scored a try. So for the limited amount of minutes he got, I think he did an all right job. So yeah, I'm keen to see whether he plays tomorrow night against the Titans. I know he's named in the reserves, but maybe he might get some game time again. You never know. I like Jaden Corrigan. Yeah, Jaden Corrigan was good. It was great coming off the bench. Very good performance by Jaden Corrigan. I think he did a good job. You know, he is named the reserves again for tomorrow night's game against the Titans. So will he get a spot? Will he get a chance to play again? We shall see. But I think he did an all right job, actually. We might see Jaden Corrigan play some first grade this year at some point this year. Might see him make his debut for the Warriors. So I said in my video that some of the younger players may get the opportunities, during the season to get their debuts, because injuries and suspensions can happen. So, yeah, we may see some of those players that played in the trial get an opportunity in first grade at some point this year. Jacko Hari saying wingers are fine. Dylan Watini, Lesiant, Montoya, and Ratuva. I don't know if they'll start Ratuva, Jacko Hari. I really don't know if they'll start him personally. I think they'll go with Pompey. I think Pompey's going to start. I think they'll start with Pompey. I just think that Ratuva will come in when there's an injury to an outside back or a suspension. Yeah, I just don't see him starting. He played and didn't start. Yeah, I thought so. Dennis, thanks for your clarification there. I have Ewan in the centres. Yeah, I would too. I said a lot in the off-season that I would have him in the centres for sure, but I think they'll play him there. I think they've already said they'll play him in the second row. Carrigan can cover Walsh. Walsh is a fullback after all. I don't know if Carrigan can play fullback. Can he play fullback? I'm pretty sure he's more of a forward. I don't know. CJ Moxley saying Adam Cook was solid. I think he was. I think he was solid in some points. There's some points in the game where I thought he could do a bit more, but he was solid for sure. Jacko Harry saying, I'll stop it for next. Pompey ain't that good. I'm not saying Pompey's good. I'm just saying that I think they'll start him. I'm just going on what I think Nathan Brunt's going to do personally. I think he's an all right player. He's solid at best, but yeah. I think when his first year playing for the Warriors, I think he had a good year, but last year was a pretty quiet year for Adam Pompey. CJ Moxley saying my underrated Warriors player into 2022 is Jack Murchie. That's an interesting call, CJ Moxley. That's a very interesting call because last year I think Jack Murchie, wasn't able to consistently get into the 1-17 team every week. So yeah, look, I think he's an all right player. I think he's pretty solid. Pretty solid bench player coming off the bench. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But he hasn't played any preseason yet, so. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'd be interesting if he does get an opportunity, that's for sure. But like I said, it's hard to judge because he hasn't played a preseason game yet. So, like he said, in the media during the off-season that he wants to just consistently, play his best footy and get it selected into this round 17 each week, which is something he did last year. A couple more questions. I'll happily take a couple more. And then I'll end the live Q&A for tonight. Guess here, Neil's asking who wins Origin in 2022. Well, if you don't know already, I'm a Queensland Maroons supporter, fan, because I am based in Queensland. So I'm going for the Queensland Maroons, and I'm hoping that they win back the Shield this year. So hard to say now who's going to win it, but I do hope Queensland win it this year. Fingers crossed for the Queensland Maroons for me. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up now. There's no more questions in the live chat I see. So thanks, guys, for tuning in, for watching the live Q&A for tonight. Don't forget as well, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Hit that red subscribe button down below, guys, because I'm on the road to 1K subscribers. So hopefully we can get there on the channel by the end of the year. So appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. That'll help the channel. And also click the thumbs up as well on video or the live stream. Like the video, like the live stream. And also, as well, turn on the bell so you don't miss notification when I go live or do a new video on the channel next. A few videos to come on the channel this week, so make sure you stay tuned. Lots of content to come. I'm going live tomorrow night for the Titans Warriors live reaction, so make sure you tune in for that, as well as my review of the game as well. I'll do a review of the preseason trial, and as well as a few more other live videos to come this week, and some more videos also tomorrow as well. My ladder predictions, my NRL ladder predictions for the season coming up as well. So tune in for all the content to come. Thanks to everyone for tuning into the live stream tonight. Have a good rest of the night. Have a good rest of the week. And see you guys all tomorrow for that live reaction for the Warriors-Titans game. Thanks everyone for tuning in.